Welcome to SpectraCamm. Today, we're diving into the ocean depths of Disney's 1989 masterpiece, The Little Mermaid. On the surface, this is a film that explodes with color, music, and pure joy. It's the story of Ariel, a mermaid princess who dreams of a world beyond her own, trading her voice for legs to pursue love and adventure. Directed by Ron Clements and John Musker, this movie isn't just a cartoon. It's a cinematic event, with songs by Howard Ashman and Alan Menken that you can't help but sing along to, and animation that makes the underwater kingdom of Atlantica feel alive. The Little Mermaid is a feast for the senses. It's a classic, I want story, wrapped in a vibrant package that has charmed generations. So grab your popcorn because we're about to explore why this film is a dazzling, unforgettable ride from start to finish.
Beneath the shimmering surface of The Little Mermaid lies a profound, unsettling current of existential dread. This isn't merely a whimsical fairy tale. It's a story about erasure. Ariel, a young woman, is so dissatisfied with her identity and her world that she makes a literal deal with the devil, Ursula, to become someone else. She trades her voice, her very means of expression and connection, for a chance at a life she has only idealized from afar. Consider the trauma. She is willingly severed from her family, her culture, and her own body, experiencing excruciating pain with every step on her new legs. Her desire isn't just curiosity, it's a desperate flight from a self she perceives as inadequate. The film's bright colors mask a haunting narrative of alienation, the Faustian cost of transformation, and the silent scream of a girl who gives up everything she is for a dream that may not even be real. What does it say that our heroine's greatest act of agency is also an act of profound self-destruction?
Let's look at the hard facts that built this phenomenon. The Little Mermaid starred the incredible voice talents of Jodie Benson as Ariel, whose performance gave the character both vulnerability and fierce determination. Pat Carroll's Ursula is a masterclass in villainy, both hilarious and terrifying. The film had a budget of around $40 million, a significant investment that paid off massively. It grossed over $211 million worldwide, becoming a box office smash and the film that single-handedly launched the Disney Renaissance. It won 2 Academy Awards for Best Original Score and Best Original Song for Under the Sea. Critics raved, with Roger Ebert praising its bright, cheerful, and energetic spirit. The directors Clements and Musker executed a vision that blended Broadway-style musical storytelling with cutting-edge animation techniques. This wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural reset for Disney animation, proving that hand-drawn artistry and unforgettable music could dominate the global box office and win hearts everywhere.
The production of this bright fantasy was shadowed by real-world struggle and doubt. The Disney animation department was in a dire state before this film, seen as a fading relic. The team faced immense internal pressure. This was a last-chance project. Lyricist Howard Ashman, the genius behind the songs, was battling AIDS during production, infusing his work with an acute, painful awareness of longing and mortality, themes that echo in Part of Your World. The original darker ending, closer to Hans Christian Andersen's tragic tale, was debated and ultimately changed, a compromise that perhaps sanitized the story's inherent brutality. Animators worked under grueling schedules, and the industry was skeptical that a musical fairy tale could succeed in the late 80s. The mental toll was immense, creating joy on screen while grappling with fear of failure and personal tragedy off it. The film's triumphant surface is a monument built on a foundation of artistic anxiety, personal sacrifice, and an industry's desperate gamble.
For pure, unadulterated cinematic energy, look no further than the Under the Sea sequence. This is Disney animation at its most technically ambitious and visually ecstatic. Directed by the legendary animators, this musical number is a riot of color, movement, and imagination. We see a full orchestra of sea creatures, from dancing fish to trumpet-playing crustaceans, all rendered with meticulous detail and personality. The camera swoops and dives through this underwater concert hall. The lighting effects, with sunbeams piercing the water, are stunning. It's a sequence that serves zero plot purpose other than to fill you with absolute joy and awe at what animation can achieve. The synergy between Alan Menken's Calypso-inspired score and the fluid, rhythmic animation is perfect. It's a scene that reminds us why we go to the movies, to be transported to a world of wonder, to tap our feet, and to witness a spectacle that could only exist in the realm of pure, glorious cinema. It's the film's beating heart of joy.
The film's true emotional climax is not the wedding, but the moment of Ariel's ultimate loss, her silent scream after Ursula claims Prince Eric. Having sacrificed her voice, her family, and her world, she watches from the water as the witch, in Ariel's stolen form, seduces the man she loves. The animation here is devastating. Ariel's wide, desperate eyes, the futile pounding of her fists against the rock, the bubbles escaping her mouth, and a soundless cry. It is the visual representation of total powerlessness. This is the tragedy of her bargain fully realized. She is now a ghost in both worlds, unable to communicate, unable to intervene, utterly alone. It's a scene of profound philosophical weight about the cost of desire and the horror of being trapped between identities. The bright colors of the sunset mock her despair. It's a moment that undercuts the musical fantasy, revealing the dark core of the narrative. The price of becoming other is often the complete annihilation of the self.
The legacy of The Little Mermaid is one of boundless hope and inspiration. It didn't just save Disney animation, it revived the entire musical animated feature genre for a new generation. It inspired countless kids to believe in their dreams, to be curious, and to fight for what they want. Culturally, it gave us an iconic proactive heroine in Ariel, whose determination is her defining trait. The soundtrack became a generation's anthem, with songs about longing, joy, and love that are still sung today. It launched a renaissance that gave us Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King. The film's message, that love and courage can overcome any obstacle, is timeless. It reminds us to look beyond our own horizons, to embrace adventure, and to believe in happy endings. Its animation style influenced everything that followed, proving that traditional artistry could create magic. That resonates forever. This film is a beacon of creative success and joyful storytelling.
Conversely, the film's legacy is also a grim warning, a reflection of profound human failure. It romanticizes the erasure of self for external validation. Ariel doesn't achieve her dream through growth or understanding. She achieves it through a magical transaction and the intervention of her father, who ultimately sacrifices his own power for her. It's a narrative that endorses the idea that a young woman's dissatisfaction can only be solved by literally changing who she is to fit into a man's world. The original Anderson tale ends in tragedy and spiritual transcendence. This adaptation ends with assimilation. It reflects a failure to sit with existential longing, instead offering a fairy tale fix that glosses over the trauma of displacement. As a cultural artifact, it warns of the dangers of idealizing the other side, of the Faustian pacts we make in the name of belonging, and of the silent despair that can fester beneath a happily ever after. It's a beautiful, haunting monument to the price of the dream.
Final verdict? You absolutely must watch The Little Mermaid. It is a landmark of animation, a triumph of music, and storytelling, and a guaranteed boost of cinematic joy. Whether you're seeing it for the first time or the 100th, There's always a new detail to admire in its animation, a new layer to its characters, or a new reason to hum its incredible songs. It's a masterclass in family entertainment that has earned its place in film history. So, what are you waiting for? Dive in! If this analysis resonated with you, show some love, smash that like button. It really helps us out. Subscribe to SpectraCamm for more deep dives into your favorite films, and most importantly, let us know in the comments. Are you Team Jason seeing the bright spectacle, or Team Marcus pondering the deeper depths? Thanks for watching.
A quiet final thought. Perhaps the true meaning of The Little Mermaid lies not in its resolution, but in its central silent conflict. It is the story of the space between two worlds, where one can never fully belong to either. Ariel's journey is a metaphor for the human condition itself, the eternal longing for something more, the painful transformation we undergo in its pursuit, and the parts of ourselves we must leave behind in the silent depths forever lost, the sea and the shore, the voice and the silence, the self and the other. The film, in all its colorful splendor, is ultimately a melancholic ballad about the cost of becoming. And maybe, just maybe, the most haunting thing is that we all recognize that silent scream within ourselves.